For once, a martial arts foreign film doesn't rely on bloodthirsty revenge and still delivers the quality visuals that we've all come to expect. Hello there everybody, and welcome back once again to the website realscreenreviews.com. I am of course movie critic Nick Iacobucci, and our next movie review is Detective D and the Mystery of the Phantom Flame. This not only has one really long title, it opened in very limited release way back in September, and I recently saw a screening of it at a neighboring college. Detective D is a time period drama with a nice dose of action and features Andy Lau, Lei Bingbing, Carina Lau, and Tony Leung. This film comes to us from director Tsui Hark, the director of many Eastern cinema classics and the director of the Western and not-so-classic Double Take with Dennis Rodman and Jean-Claude Van Damme. This time around he kind of combines a little bit of many genres to deliver a very well-rounded and solid motion picture. This tale tells a story in the year 689 AD and the baffling murder of 7 men that were all loyal guards of the soon-to-be-empress and the mystery that surrounds their demise. The evening before the most powerful woman in China's history is about to have her coronation as empress, an evil force will stop at nothing to make sure that this does not occur. The murder of the 7 guards was only the beginning of an evil scheme that will soon need the assistance of legendary Detective D, and with him also comes an intricately woven mystery and the need of it being solved. In addition to the enigma of the tale, we also have the time for some big adventure, and will the answers that are sought place the entire dynasty in jeopardy? Well, people, this movie is very full, and I mean that in a very positive way. There's just a lot jammed into every frame and moment, and rarely is it ever boring to look at. Even though this is an Eastern film, it completely and totally reminded me of a good old-fashioned Western, and the lone gunman cowboy would be Detective D. I was unfamiliar with the lead character going into this film, but Detective D not only seemed like a natural, he absolutely owns the screen when he's on it. Not only is he a detective, he wields a mace like Thor's hammer, and at the same time moving like a young Jet Li. This action Asian Sherlock Holmes comes to life by the very charismatic Andy Lau, who always manages to stay likable and fun. The film's best aspect is the strength of the film's empress. In 700 AD, I can only imagine that could have been very difficult for the advancement of women, and I admire how the movie tackled that subject head on. I truly loved how the feature made known that other officials were afraid of her just because she was a woman, and they were even more afraid of a woman being in power. Then she solidifies herself as one commanding individual when she accepts the throne over the power of true love. The scene where the Empress does this was simple and brutally honest charisma, and it worked because of the talent of the actor Carina Lau. She reminded me of the evil queen from Kurosawa's Brilliant Ron. I don't know if it's Ran or Ron, but Kurosawa's Brilliant Ron. Now I will say, people, that they had characters spontaneously combust. I mean, come on, there were more people bursting into flames in this film than there were in Spinal Tap. I guess sometimes these foreign films just can't resist being a tad bit campy, but I thought that this kind of camp hurt the project on a whole. Detective D could have went for the straight dramatic telling of the tale, and I believe that it would have worked no problem. It does do a good job shifting from drama to comedy to action, and balances out the 3 genres as well. However, at its core, it's a rather rich and satisfying mystery, and I think that even the great Mr. Holmes would find this game afoot. The action scenes are grand and beautiful, and a monsoon of attacking arrows looks as exquisite as a ballet dancer performing a choreographed routine. It's not a dumb movie either. Detective D is well made with above-average acting talent, and I just always love the time period pieces. The characters are not only real, they are constantly attempting to undermine each other, and as the mystery unfolds, it could actually be anyone responsible for these deaths. At 2 hours and 2 minutes, Detective D was a likable fantasy, and yet it was also real enough to be enjoyable and entertaining. It really didn't seem like a full 2 hours when I was watching it, and the best compliment that I could pay the film is that I didn't guess who did it. The filmmakers gave us a quality ending and had guts to take the lead character in a direction that Hollywood would have never gone in. Some of it did look gamish, but I'd be nitpicking if I said that I didn't like it. Be forewarned that this is a foreign film and you do have to read the subtitles. I know that that can be a turnoff to some. Me, however, I don't mind the subtitles, and I didn't mind the movie either. A favorable 3 stars out of 4 for Detective D and the Mystery of the Phantom Flame. And remember, people, I'm not always right, but only when it comes to the movies, and thank you for your attention.